I had one customer that sent me an email saying that, hey, the price is too high, you price gouging, give me a return. And I'm like, I just sold this to 115 people, and out of 115, one is saying the price is too high. When I had the lowest price on Amazon.
The only thing these people lack is a lunar excursion module. Too many choices, America.
Hey everybody, this is Buffalo Picker coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about FBM, which is Fulfilled by Merchant. Due to the current situation going on in the world today, I'm kind of refocusing, going towards Merchant Fulfilled instead of Fulfilled by Amazon, which I normally do all my business through Amazon is FBA, but for what's going on right now, I have to switch over to FBM because the fulfillment centers are getting overwhelmed, and some of the people, that they normally have on staff cannot work. So it's slowing down production. So I want to get my items out to the customer, with that 2-day turnaround or, 3 days max. So I'm actually fulfilling my orders myself and sending them out to Amazon. So I meant sending them out to the customer. So if you see over here, I have all these boxes that are going merchant fulfill. Have a total probably like 127, if I'm not mistaken, that I received over the weekend. I mean, merchant fulfilled is hot right now.
This one is straight to match like this. What's that? Richard Pryor running down the street.
So I'm trying to jump in and find my space so, I can, make some of the money too, get some of the profits. So what I'm going to do is kind of go to the pros and cons of Merchant Fulfill. And if you're a eBay seller, it's pretty much the same. You get a notice that you made a sale, and then from there you just, start prepping the item, get the weight, the dimensions, and create a shipping label. And pretty much take it to the post office or, UPS, whichever way, you do your postal business. As you can see over my shoulder, most of these packages are going USPS priority mail. I have a couple packages in the brown boxes are going UPS, but one of the advantages that I like with the Merchant Fulfilled is that most of the boxes you see behind me, these boxes are free. I order them through the USPS service. You can resize these boxes any way you want, as long as you cover up the label. Now, these boxes, they have different labels on it. Like you have the large flat rate box, you got the zonal boxes, you got medium size boxes. Just ensure that you cover the label up, because what you don't want to do, you don't want the label on that box to conflict with the postage label that you put on the box, because sometimes USPS do audit, and your box may be in the audit, and if they look at that box and that large flat or medium flat or zonal box label is not covered up, then you're gonna pay the additional in postage. I mean, it's just
funny, I just say,
Blue, if I raise up, gonna be trouble. Trouble. I'm walking off.
It's the way it is, but I'm going to show you how I actually, resize these boxes. So I have 3 different boxes. This is my favorite box of the 2. This is a large flat rate box, and it's basically made for board games or, different types of items like that. And once you fold it out, it basically, this, sorry about that. This is the size of it. You have adhesive strips on both ends of the box. And this is one thing I love about this box. So as you can see, these boxes right here, all of those boxes come from this. I basically cut this box in half, and I use each side to seal down the edge, and then only thing I have to do is put tape on the opposite side that I cut. So I can make 2 boxes out of this box. The next box I like to use is the priority mail large box. Okay, you can see it right here. It says large flat rate box. Now, that's what I mentioned earlier. You have to make sure that you cover that up. If you don't cover it up, USPS, sometime when they do an audit, they will run across your box. And if they see that and they compare it to the postage that you have on the label, and it don't match up with what they should charge for a large rate box, they're gonna charge you the difference. So be careful of that. And the last box I like to use is, this is a actual shoe box. And it's basically made for shoes that don't have a box. You can just slide the shoes in here, you know, in a plastic bag or however you want to do it, and then you ship it out to the customer. Well, I use this box as well, and I manipulate it down to the perfect size that I need, and I ship it. And this is actually these boxes right here. So kind of show you. That's my dogs in the background if you hear some growling. This is the difference once I manipulate the box down. So again, I use all these boxes. I get them from USPS for free. All you have to do is go online, create an account, and you can order these boxes. Use your postage label, put it on the box, ship it out. You have no problem. I did this dozens of times, but this is my first time doing it for Merchant Fulfilled by Amazon. Well, FBM Fulfilled by Merchant, and I use it all the time with eBay sales. So keep that in mind when you out. If you decide to do FBM, you definitely want to get these boxes. You don't have to go out and buy no boxes. You can use these boxes, and they work well. So like I said, this is about the pros and cons of FBM. And one of the pros is lower fees. Compared to FBA, I mean, I love FBA, don't get me wrong, but Amazon got some fees. And, you know, once you're doing your profit margins or whatever, all that is calculated into your fees, and those fees, they charging you for storage, they charging you for shipping and handling. I mean, it's just, the list goes on and on, depending on how long your stuff is going to sit at their fulfillment center. Now, if you flipping it quickly, then you can bypass some of those fees that they charge. But if your stuff is sitting there for 6 months to a year, you're going to chalk up some fees from Amazon. Now, for the FBM, I mean, your stuff is right here at the house. So basically, they charge you, I think, some type of advertisement fee of just being able to sell on their platform. I can't recall the proper name right now. And you get a higher profit. That's the other pro to this, is that your profit margins are higher because you got less of fees, even though you shipping it, but you can roll that shipping cost up into the cost of you shipping that to the customer. So the customer will be paying for that shipping cost and not you. So that would keep your profit margins up.
Oh, this is a big one. Is that Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey.
Now the cons to FBM, you know, it's always some cons. So the cons, one of the cons is customer service. And I just, you know, like I said, you know, I hardly do FBM. I don't do it much, but I just ran into a problem this weekend. I had an item that sold, I think 110 items sold. I had one customer that sent me an email saying that, hey, the price is too high, you price gouging, you know, give me a return. And I'm like, I just sold this to 115 people, and out of 115, one is saying the price is too high when I had the lowest price on Amazon selling it. So nevertheless, I know you're gonna run into people like that. I mean, it is what it is when you're in this resale business. But customer service is a con. I mean, unless you love customer service, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I ran to FBA, is because Amazon take care of all your customer service issues for you. They take care of all your returns, which is another con. If you got to return, you got to take care of it. And so that's a second con. The third con is fulfillment and shipping. So you got to pack everything and you got to ship it to the customer. So as you can see, I have over 100 and some boxes here that I got to get to USPS today, and they going to several different customers throughout the United States. So yeah, that's one of the cons. It's some work. And if you ain't willing to do this work, you definitely don't want to do FBM. It's some work, but it's beneficial because, like I said, we all in this business as resellers to make money. And the profit margins on the FBM side, because of the lack of fees, you can really make some good money. Now, if you're a big time eBay seller, I mean, this might be a piece of cake for you, but you know, just coming from the FBA side, which, you know, FBA kind of, you know, take the grunt of the workload from you. This is some work. I mean, this was all through the weekend, and I'm still not finished. If you can see over here, I still have orders that I need to fulfill, but because those was late orders, I have until the next day to get those shipped out. So, but yeah, so I think that's all I have for this video. And I know I haven't made a video in a few days, but as you can see, I've been swamped. I mean, we did make a live video last night, and I was actually over here looking at some of the bloopers that we made last night on that show. But overall, it turned out to be a great show. We had one of the OGs, Cali Pickers, came through, and he, you know, kind of, you know, kept everybody engaged. And but other than that, you know, I had to get off of that show, get back out here, and start working, try to get this stuff ready today. Because another thing with Amazon is they do not play with you being late with the shipment. So eBay, you can get away with it a little bit, but Amazon, I mean, you can lose your account for that. So I know I didn't give you all the pros and cons, but I gave you some of the pros and cons. I mean, these things that, you know, the basics of FBM that you need to know, you know, when it comes to comparing the pros and cons. And if I said FBM, I meant FBM if I did say FBA, fulfilled by merchant. So I want to thank everybody for coming out to watch my videos. Hopefully I provided you some content that you can use. I am still working on making better content for my YouTube channel. Thank you all for the support. Buffalo Picker, see you on the next video.